Hello students, this is Deepti Yellanki and we will be looking into module 2 of Introduction to Civil Engineering. This mostly consists of History of Civil Engineering. So this is the syllabus. Okay, this is lecture 1 of your module 2. So in this two parts are there. One is your history of civil engineering, constructions and all, and the second part is modern construction marvels. So that we will see in lecture 2. Okay, this is lecture 1 of module 2. In this we'll be first looking into the history of civil engineering. Okay, let's go to very early stage when human beings were nomads. That means they used to move from one place to another in search of food, mostly hunting. Okay, early constructions and development over time. So then initially there was no construction, they used to move around. Then they started developing some tools. Yes, with the tools they started hunting and then they started storing food, so they needed place to live. So then they settled mostly at the banks of the river. Then the concept of construction started, villages started, so then they wanted tools for construction. Yes, so then the development of various materials for construction and methods for construction started. Let's see how it went. Neolithic construction. Neo means new, lithic means stone, new stone age. So this was the stage where human beings used to hunt, and then the remnants of the animals like mammoths, you can see here, this is the mammoth, a giant elephant. So this they used to hunt, and then the bones of mammoth they used to use for construction of houses. So this is mammoth bone construction. This is the very first construction by human beings. This was done around 9000 BC to 5000 BC. Building materials that were used was stones and the ribs and the bones out of the huge animals. Okay, tools used were mostly of wooden and axes, chisel, stones, etc. First bridge which they made was putting the bamboos across the river. Yes, even the wooden logs they used to use. Even now in villages and all, you can see some canals and all, people cross using some wooden blocks or wooden logs, what you say. Later, timber trackway, you can see here, this is timber trackway. Using this they used to construct some bridges. Then the concept of villages started. Yes, they started living in pit houses. Pit houses is something underground. They used to dig and then make a house on top of it and then stay in there. Above ground they used to make some tents to live in. Then mud houses. This was about Neolithic construction. Then came your Copper Age and Bronze Age. Copper is a metal work. Okay, this age was called Chalcolithic age. Okay, then the copper and bronze. See, copper, when they added tin to copper, it got converted into bronze. So bronze and copper were better than stone. Obviously they could shape it, give it a shape and give sharp edges and all, but still it was not very strong. It was strong, but it was not very strong. Yes, then brass came into picture. This copper usage was from 5000 BC to 3100 BC. Okay, copper and bronze were used in making same types of tools like axes, chisels, etc. But these were less brittle and more durable, okay, than the stone. Then came your constructions, Copper Age and Bronze Age constructions. The cutting edges of the tools which were used in the stone quarry, rock cut architectures. Mostly they cut the whole rock into shapes and they used to make some nice architectures. So settlement is done. They have food, water, everything in place. Now they concentrated on construction side, architecture, art. Yes. During the Bronze Age, corbelled arches, beehive tombs were developed. See, this is called the corbelled arches. Okay, it looks like this. Yes, you can see here, this is post and lintel. You can see this. This is post and lintel construction. This is corbel arch, triangular arch, semicircular arch. These are the types of arches. Okay. Then heavy loads were moved on boats, on or sledges, or on rollers. Yes. Then Egyptians began building stone temples with posts and lintels. You can see these are posts and lintels construction. Yes. Greeks and Romans also constructed in the same pattern. So we'll see in detail how each civilization came into picture and how their construction was. Now coming to Iron Age. Iron is considered to be more durable and more stronger than the other metals. But which stage of iron is which form of iron is better? It is steel. Okay. When they use steel, yes, it is the hardened form of iron, and it could be tampered easily, like very thin edges could be made out of it. So sharpness was good, precision was good. Yes, so durability was good. The hand plane, which you call this, we use in carpenter shops and all, just for giving shape and just chipping things. This was developed during this phase, Iron Age construction. Cultural period was 1200 BC to 50 BC. Okay. Next, ancient Mesopotamian construction. First was this Mesopotamian construction. Smaller dwelling with foundations. So concept of foundations came into picture. Foundations means we transfer the load of the building to the underground, some hard strata. This is called foundation. Okay. Started being constructed with foundations. Later built very sizable structures like palaces, temples, ziggurats. These are ziggurats. Okay, you can see the type of construction. All the bricks are visible. Yes, this is called as ziggurats. Okay, then even the sewage was developed. Then drains were developed. Pavement was developed. All these things came into picture. Pitched brick walls. Pitched brick walls means this is the brick wall. With brick only they have made this arch-like construction. This was also used. Okay. The bricks were developed majorly during this construction phase, ancient Mesopotamia. Mud bricks. Okay. They started using mud bricks. This is also called as adobe bricks. You can see these are the molds, brick molds, wooden brick molds. Okay. They could be rectangular or square in shape. Okay. So bricks and stones were used for this. Pavements, you can see how it is. Yes. So they were used for pavements. Egyptian construction. So Egyptians, they have developed so many things that time, like lever, lathe machine. You can see this is the lathe machine. Ovens, then ovens, for bricks, bricks and all, to make bricks. After the burnt bricks again after the mud bricks, burnt bricks came into picture. So that, and other ships and paper, irrigation. Paper means when paper came into picture, then construction drawings, designs came into picture. Yes, irrigation system, then windows, doors, glass, forms of plaster of Paris, what we call today. Bath. What is bath? A big hollow structure into which water was filled. This is a common place where people come and take bath. Is called a bath. Okay. Then locks, shade roofs, weaving, all these things came into picture. Trusses. What are trusses? See, this you will be requiring in further classes also. Trusses are, you can see the shapes. There are different types of trusses. These are structures, supporting structures for constructions and all. Yes. So this was also developed by them. Enamel, veneer, rope. Yes. Egyptians, when we talk about Egyptians, the first thing come into picture is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Pyramids. Okay. So these were one of the largest, tallest structures in the world for around 3,800 years. So at that time, what technology they had, how they had constructed such a big structure without electronic cranes and all is still a mystery. But yes, you can always go through how the construction went at that time. Okay. Ancient Egyptian construction. Okay, they use some rulers, ropes, sledges and all. You can see how they are moving this big stone structure towards it. They constructed a ramp and they rolled it over. Yes, sledge, on a sledge. It's put on a sledge. Yes. Then sun baked adobe bricks were used. Okay. Then hot dry climate. Yes, this they had. Egypt is very hot and dry, so the mud bricks were ideal for the construction. Yes. The Ramesseum in Thebes, Egypt, or Luxor, what you can call, is the finest example of mud construction. This is the one what I am talking about, the Ramesseum of Thebes. Okay, it's in Egypt. Then you have the storehouses, right? Storehouses for storing food or anything else. Yes, so storehouses were constructed using this brick walls. You can see here, these are brick walls. Next, Greece construction. Building drawings came into usage now. Burn bricks were used for construction. Yes. Then you have already seen the oven has come into picture, so burn bricks started to be used. Fire was there, so they started making burn bricks. This increased the durability of the structure. Yes, usage of trusses. You can see this construction used. They use a truss here, old Greek construction. Then lime mortar was there. They used a very different kind of structure in which they used some metal clamps. Okay, two blocks are there. These are two blocks, here one and here one. They join it with this key, and in this a metal clamp was there. So using metal clamp they joined two blocks. Okay, so this was but this was short lived, because this corrosion was there, and they used to mostly fall apart. So later on they started using lime mortar only. Okay, then you have arch bridges. They had very Greek mathematics was technically very advanced, so using that advanced constructions were there. Okay, then Roman construction. You can see here use of hydraulic lime mortar called Roman cement was used. Lime mortar plus volcanic ash is called pozzolana. Now pozzolana cement is there. You can read in later classes. So it was also developed in Rome. Then you have your wall construction. You can see here wall construction. This is lime mortar construction. Okay, Roman cement. Then cavity filling, all the holes and cavity filling was done using this mortar. The temple of Vesta, okay, Tivoli, Italy. This is one of the oldest construction, and it still stands, so you can understand the strength of the structure then. Okay, construction was done using arches, barrel walls and domes. You can see this is a dome like structure, domes, and this is a barrel vault. Barrel vault means lot of arches follow one after the other, and it looks like this. Okay, it's like a hollow thing going inside. So this is a kind of construction called barrel vault. Plumbing was introduced. Then glass they started using glasses for windows and all. Yes, Roman construction again. So in this, mosaic and clear glass, colored glass was used. This is called as mosaic. You have seen mosaic flooring. So lot of things are used in mosaic. Some stones are used, some places glass is used, colored glass is used. Yes, depends. Then this is a water wheel. Yes, they invented water wheel. Then heating and ventilation, thermal baths were there. Yes, water used to get heated up, thermal baths were there. Then they also had Pantheon porticos. This is the type of construction for main buildings, some public gathering buildings and all. This was called as Pantheon portico. Okay. And then what is this? This is a sophisticated timber crane. Okay. This is a timber crane, sorry, this is a timber crane, and this is water wheel. Okay, this is water wheel. So water was is taken up using this. Okay, this is your timber crane. Okay, so next let's see ancient Chinese construction. The Great Wall of China, we all know this was built in 7th and 2nd century BC, but it still stands strong. Yes, it was built with the rammed earth, stones, wood, and later bricks and tiles with the lime mortar. Okay, you can see the Chinese temples. Yes, their construction style is completely different. Posts and lintels, they use posts and lintels. Okay, and then they had this open spandrel stone segmental arch bridge. Okay, this is the pattern what he is talking about. The details will be covered in later modules. Okay, you just see what it looks like now. Thank you very much for your patience listening. If you have any doubts, do send me. Okay, thank you very much.